God
is writing our story.
I'm Charles Sandlin.
I'm Sandra Sandlin.
The Sunday after this past Thanksgiving, didn't know for sure what was really going on. I was real sick. Everybody thought I had heartburn. Make the story a little bit shorter, when I got home, we ended up taking me to the ER, and I was in the process of having the widowmaker heart attack. If they wouldn't have talked me into it and got me to go to the ER when I did, I wouldn't be here right now. Monday, I was being transported to Little Rock to do a 5-way bypass surgery, and my wife was on her way to the hospital here at National Park to get her hip replaced.
No, it was kind of, I was at the hospital at midnight. Tricia come and got me and took me in, and his nurse said, "We've ballooned him. Everything looks good. We're good, I think." And all of them, including the nurse, was like, "Go, have your surgery done." And I did. I had hip replaced. They had trouble getting my blood pressure back up for a while. I ended up staying overnight.
Meanwhile, I was on the way to the hospital Monday, and a few complications in the ambulance. I don't really know what it was. It was just a guy in the back. He kept radioing to the hospital in Little Rock. And when we got there, this little bitty 5'0" nurse picked me up off the gurney, put me on the bed, and they restarted the nitro drip. I was on constant nitro drip for 24 hours. The surgeon come in and saw me, and he said, "We're going to plan tentatively for around noon." So I told my daughter Tricia, so she can be there. And they just kept a real close eye on me overnight. Tuesday morning at 5 o'clock, he come in and he said, "You're now first case, let's go." I said, "Can I call somebody, get somebody here?" And he said, their anesthesiologist is coming, let's go. We've got to get you back. And next thing I remember is waking up in the bed, and my daughter and son-in-law standing right there at the end of the bed. And they said it was lucky that everything that had happened up to that point, it was lucky that I had got where I was. I don't look at it as luck. It was a blessing from God, because I know my wife was praying. I know she sent it out on our WhatsApp, which is what our Connect group is on. And I know they got to praying, and I just believe God moved. The surgery was Tuesday. Wednesday, I went into what they call AFib, where my heart was working against itself. Thursday, my wife came up to see me. That was awesome. I was still kind of in and out of it and sick, but I come home 7 days later, and the doctor said if I wouldn't have gotten to the ER when I did Sunday, that I would not have made it.
1 week to the day, my PT come in, and my leg was like this. And he called the ER, and they rushed me into the hospital, and I had blood clot. So they put me back in the hospital, and the same day he got out of the hospital.
After a few weeks of being home and getting to where we could actually get out and do stuff, we'd come to church. It was a Sunday morning. I was roughly about a month from being released to go back to work. And when we walked in the door, PG was there and didn't know what was going on. He was astonished by me because I had lost so much weight. When we told him what was going on, and he was blown away. And got to reiterate with him how important the Connect group was for us, because they stayed on top of it. They were praying with us. Connect group's important.
Well, we come through the blood clots. Then I ended up with an infection that lasted for 3 months. The doctor was threatening to open me back up and go in and clean me out. I refused. I didn't want to go that route. But God healed me. They had me on antibiotics for 3 months and antibiotic ointments, and I just I just cried out to him every day. And he answered. And he's available for anybody. He has a purpose and he has a plan, and sometimes the road is crap. But in the end, it's worth it.
On the other side of it, looking back now, we can see the miracles that God has done. We are a walking miracle. When you're going through the situations, it's kind of hard to see. But now standing back, it's really awesome to look back and see that God was there. God was working the whole time. He was with the surgeons. He was with the family members that was helping us. He was with our friends that were helping us and doing what we needed. We're ushering now here at the church. We're getting to actually pray with people that's going through similar things that we are and encourage others that need it.
And through it all, even though we were both off work for about 3 months, we had food on our table. Our bills are paid. Everything is taken care of as normal. May not be as much as usual, but it's taken care of. He's faithful when you are faithful.
100%. 100%.
We realized that through it all, God was working. It may not have been that instantaneous miracle that we all long for, but He was working every step of the way. And every step of the way, He is faithful and honest and true to us, and He loves us. And what He's done, He can do for anybody.
And it was hard at that time, not to think about those things. But when you go through it, it's amazing to sit back and be able to look and go, God did it.